So, starting with the session, not sure whether the session will be a continuation of what's been happening last 12 recordings. So, not sure if I'll be told to continue with it or it is going to be a new session. Not really sure what it is. I haven't really been on the pendulum off camera yesterday. I didn't really spend much time there. So, I'll be talking on the pendulum now, first time on camera only, directly. Okay, so I finished my prayers. I've also had my snack, lunch, whatever it is. So we will go and see what time it is. It's nearly noon. So it is 11:51 as of now. Okay, it is 23rd of July 2025, which is good. So it is Mercury. Mercury is good. A double Vargotam Mercury along with I think Moon. No, Jupiter. Okay, so this in my chart, actually in the D9, my Mercury is Vargotam in Gemini, and in the D1 chart, Mercury is with Venus in a progressed chart, or then in a Panchak in the ninth house. So Mercury, Venus stay in the ninth house in the D1 chart, and the other planets progress to the eighth house. In the D9, Mercury with Mercury with Jupiter in the fifth house of the D9 in Gemini yet once again. Okay, so this is kind of a day where if Mercury is in the Panchak in the ninth house with Venus and the other three planets, then there's plenty of planetary war happening at that point in time. It's looked at by various, there are 5 planets in the ninth house in one house. But then in the progress chart, 3 move away and only Mercury and Venus stay there. So anyway, however that works out, it's not a bad day. It's okay. We'll leave it open. I'll give you what happened this morning. I was sleeping, and of course when we're sleeping, our mouth isn't working, right? We're in sleep. So when we're in sleep, there is a girl who spoke with a very deep voice in my ears. They were trying to pass that girl off as Rohika Chagla Mistry. But I say no, it is not possible that that girl is Rohika Chagla Mistry. There's no chance of it. That girl's deep voice is like a man talking like a girl. It's a very deep voice. The only person who had a deep voice was Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj. Elon Musk is the other one. You notice he talks in a deep voice. Connected with them, a girl would have a deep voice. I think most of them are scamsters, or just one scamster who has been shape-shifting in many positions. That person is not to be trusted with the deep voice, not to be trusted even one bit, whether man or woman. So anyway, she was rude to me while I was sleeping. I woke up at around 8:10, I think. Or yeah, around 8-ish, 8:10, 8:15, that kind of thing this morning. I think she comes and talks in the Sai Sat Charitra also. Lots of dance drama. So anyway, just be warned and steer clear of that kind of energy. Scamming energy, it's not good. What was on my and then she was replied to with a very sweet voice. The sweet voice could be Rohika Chagla Mistry. So I'm saying, is it some point in the timeline where there are two situations? One is this, that somebody who was considered JAYA.ADVANI was put into a trance, and the one who was the authority from the law and order section of the organization, who was talking to her in a deep voice, wanting to get answers from her, Also, in her case, we saw that her home is looking little Rajasthani. Our homes, our setup is never that way. Nice light colors, light yellow, pink, light blue, baby pink. It's very colorful, their setup, and it's got very Indian patterns on it. So I think it is Rajasthani in all probability, or Gujarati, I don't know, but not garish. She looks like she's from a good home. She looks like she's from a well endowed home. It's nicely done up, neatly done up, without the garish colors, and it's colorful but in a very nice subdued manner. So I saw that also, and perhaps that's who she is, I don't know. That's one scenario. The other scenario that I almost immediately, I didn't know this is over here, my mind went almost immediately to perhaps it is because I'm actually watching a serial which is shot in Ireland. So I said, was that the trigger? But then on that trigger, it is Rohika Chagla Mistry, wherein did something happen to her, the way the pendulum has been saying so. So is this after she got CRISPR to believe she's somebody else? And then the one who did that to her was heavy handed with her. So my first take was not this, because I didn't even remember this was on, this was the last where the reading ended. Last night I watched the last serial and then I went to sleep. So my almost immediate thought when I woke up and said, hey, 1 minute, who was that rude woman, number one? What an idiot. Second, then I say, hey, 1 minute, is it about me? Because I also saw that very Indianized setup, which is not our setup at all. Yeah, it looks like a Haveli, or like it could be anything. It could be a Haveli. I don't know. I've never been to Rajasthan. I've never been to Gujarat. It's just not where life has taken me at all. So there are lots of parts lots of parts around India that I've not been to. Those two states are where I'm not ever been to. So the next one that went into my head was, hey, 1 minute, then was this actually at that point in time where this girl has been, because you remember what I told you? I said that the dream that I had of going to this, what looked like a cottage, but it could have been a house, and it looks like it is a Parsi setup. It doesn't, today when I think about it, the simplicity or the straight lines or the colors used, the fabric in the deep state dream, the choice of colors, the choice of fabric, very simple. Mostly I've seen that in my Parsi friends' homes. They can have a lot of money, but they will never put the gold, they'll never put the, it's more flowing energy. And you can say it could be little Mediterranean too. So anyway, whatever it is, taking it back to that dream where she's hosting me, and of course she has not ever hosted me. She has hosted somebody who was superimposed on me. She's a wonderful host, but she's looking like my baby sister JAYA.ADVANI. And so she's hosting whoever it is, and it is me, but she has never hosted me. I've never been there. And afterwards she takes me to a place which I see those cliffs of Ireland is something on the side of the water body where people can go in for a swim. It's green and it's, it's just, I don't know, it looks like a pool, but it's not a pool. It's a reservoir of natural water. And then she says, no, don't go there. We go up to a point, and then she says, don't go more. Let's turn back and go back to the house. So we go back, and then, there greenery is stretches of green, beautiful velvet land. The natural landscape of, I think, Ireland, if you look at it, when you look at it from the drone point of view, what they show you on the internet, there's stretches of lots of green, beautiful green land, the grass. So this is what I have seen in the dream, but I didn't know where it's from because I have not been there. Till I didn't see it on the internet, on YouTube, that okay, tour video of what Ireland is all about. So that's when I suddenly put it together and I said, don't tell me. On the back of it, what I saw today, or what she spoke to me today, I said, did they take me to the point where this Rohika Chagla Mistry has been crispered? And that girl, who's the other girl, not the sweet voice girl, the deep voice girl, she's a very rude, bad girl, very bad Atma, very bad Atma, connected with wicked, vicious, dirty people, stinking, stealing all the time, things that are not theirs. So those are the two scenarios, okay? So we start with the pendulum. Let's hope this thing holds itself. So I'm going to start with the pendulum first time here. I haven't done this earlier. Let's see if what we get. Hello, are you there with me? You enjoyed the pakoras that I offered yesterday? You're okay with it being on the table? Because here otherwise offering everything at the table, this table makes it very messy. So it's okay to keep it at the dining table. You will eat it from there. You will whatever from there. Okay, that's great. Okay, listen, this morning when I was sleeping, some very rude woman with a very deep voice spoke to me. Is she any relative of mine? She's Aarti in Anthur. Keep calling her Arta. But that was in relation to what? Was it in relation to the interrogation of the trance that has happened in the past? Is it in connection with Rohika Chagla mystery in the past? Was it directed real time to me? You're saying Aarti Nanthur did that real time while I was sleeping? Aarti Nanthur did that in her conscious state? Aarti Nanthur does not like the Advanis for some reason. Got to do with her childhood upbringing in any way? The only one with, I think, a different home setup and a financial setup compared to pretty much everybody else through the Advani network. Not the Advani, the Sadrangani network. So Aarti is the one who did. Is it the real DNA related daughter of Neena Nanthur and Arun Nanthur? Is she still in a human body? Has Aarti Nanthur, who spoke in a deep voice to me today, has she moved into the afterlife as yet? Has she gone away to the afterlife? Was it an ET of hers that was talking? Aarti Nanthur, you will hold responsible for a lot of the scamming, hand in glove with Rocky Fernandez, Tony Fernandez. No, okay. Aarti Nanthur on her own, without the Fernandezes. Would you hold her responsible for scamming and stealing from a lot of places? Would you hold her directly responsible for the scamming and the stealing? Am I Aarti Nanthur? ？ ? ？ ? ？ ? ？ ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? ? Today, when the deep voice has spoken at in my ears, wasn't my mouth shut because I was actually in sleep and very groggy actually. So when she has spoken whatever she has spoken, I didn't have the strength to open my mouth and fire her verbally. Because sometimes they do a lot and then I just fire them verbally when it is like at 3 and 4 in the morning. When they disturb my sleep, I get very, very irritated, and they really push the envelope. They play construction sounds and I don't know what. They're always trying to change location, and it is being taken to Texas in some way, I feel. What they're trying to cover up, I don't know. They played rattlesnake sounds also in my home. I think the shed sounds of SpaceX also in my home. I think pigeon sounds in my home, dog barking sounds in my home. All the time they're trying to change location. So I'm not sure whether this is with a good intent. Is it with a good intent that they're doing this? Is the intention with which they're doing this a good intention? This is done with the intention of serving their own purpose, which is covering up some heist. Is it trying to put evidence for covering up some heist that they're doing somewhere? Making it sound like they're around, but actually on the back of it doing something somewhere else? It is to fool the authorities. Are the authorities going to figure this out soon enough? I'm getting fed up of them. Are they going to be figuring this out soon enough? Okay, one more thing that I need to ask you is, when I got out of my sleep, then in retrospect, the first thing that came to me is, has this girl been rude in this manner in her dealings with Rohika Chagla Mistry? Was it after Rohika Chagla Mistry was CRISPRed to become something she didn't recognize about herself and was completely confused about who she is? So they were rude with Rohika Chagla Mistry, and Rohika Chagla Mistry did not know who she is. So Aarti Nanthru safely is working with the Fernandeses. One of them has shapeshifted for late Mr. Kiran Narottam Das Merchant. The Fernandeses and the Marathi Kamwali Bai are involved. There are two of them, not one of them. Two of them. They are part-time Marathi Kamwali Bais, Chuta Kamwali Bais. Them and the descendants that have come out of them. Is Chanda Varkar involved in this? Chanda Varkar, who used to live on the second or third floor of Kakad Estate or Kakad Arcade. One brother was a police officer. The other one is supposed to have been sent to jail. Was that guy working in Raw? They are the heisters and the scamsters. This time when we sold number 4 Jaswell, 9 New Marine Lines, first floor, Bombay 20. It is from his apartment, which he has sold to some Muslims, that they were waving the kite with the emblems which look like Islam. Don't know whether it is Pakistan or it is Saudi. Not sure. Of course, you cannot blame Chanda Varkar for it simply because Chanda Varkar sold that apartment ages ago. He's got a nephew. That nephew shapeshifts in the film industry in any way, or is connected with the film industry or Bollywood in any way. He has misused that position. One brother of the Chanda Varkar family works in the police. Has that guy ever shapeshifted for Ramesh Advani ever? Has he ever shapeshifted for Ramesh Advani? Because I saw him in the deep state dream where one room of a police station looks like a mini blast. It catches fire. The girl is superimposed on me. So I come out of that room, and then it's a corridor which I'm walking on the ground floor. And then he comes rushing out of one of those rooms. And he says, "What happens?" And I say, "I don't know, that caught fire." And then I leave alone from that place, and I go to like a couple of lanes which are intertwined, and I feel it is night time, and I feel it is looking like it is Bandra somewhere. That was all in my deep state dream. The point with Mr. Chandavarkar and his wife and his daughter and his nephews and that one guy who's supposed to be his brother who went to jail, who my father said never opened the door to him and never entertained him, is that Chandavarkar, whose brother went to jail, he brought one nephew, one of these youngsters, to my home when I was only 12 years old and said, "I'd like to introduce my nephew to your daughters. He's interested in your daughter." And I was only 12 years old. My father probably would have said, "You need to leave because the kids are too small, and this is not the way this is not the way you deal, and this is not what you go to a girl's house and so shamelessly talk to the daughter's father and talk this kind of nonsense." Upon that man leaving, my father said, "Please don't open the door to this man. He has already gone to jail. His brother is okay, who works in the police. He's got a nice wife and a nice daughter. They're okay. But this guy you have to be very careful of. He has already been sent to jail, and what he did was not appropriate." Did that trigger off anything? Are these people to be trusted in any way? We're talking about the Chandavarkars, who sold and left Kakad Arcade within 10 years afterwards. Are they to be trusted? Are they part of this mess that has been created in the Advani family? So that's partly where the problems came from, and the hiring on the streets of Marine Lines all the way to CST. Anybody connected with them has ever shapeshifted for Anita, ex Mrs. Anita Advani? Did anybody connected with that setup ever shapeshift for ex Mrs. Anita Advani? Rosie Fernandez ever shapeshifted for ex Mrs. Anita Advani? Was ex Mrs. Anita Advani's position misused to murder people of a high caliber brought in by the Nexus, connected with all that we mentioned earlier? CRISPR to be Anita Advani brought to Lonavala for a particular period in time, mishandled completely, and then murdered, just the way they did it with Kani Advani's identity? Do you see intelligence actually figuring out what has happened 1987 onwards and how these guys played it? Do you see them actually figuring it out, putting the jigsaw together and finding the real culprits? Whether they get booked or not is irrespective, but do you see them figuring out what actually happened? The booking of them you leave up to the spirit realm. Over here, nobody can do anything the way they have earned it actually going forward. Where in 2017 only somebody in Hindi has cursed you saying, "Whatever you have earned on earth in this cheap, manipulative, ugly manner, is equivalent, even if it is in trillions and hundreds and zillions of trillions, compared to the debt that you have to pay back going forward from the spirit realm. The hundreds of thousands of trillions that you have earned in a very wrong karmic way is only one unit. You have to give back much more than what your net worth through stealing is. And manipulation and hypocrisy, lots and lots of losses to you only, which will be taken from you only and only from the spirit realm in the appropriate manner. When it comes to Rohika Chagla Mistry, all I want to say is, good, she has a background, she's an old soul, she was connected with the law and order any which ways. Her ancestry helped build India, taking it out of huge external debt. People abroad used to not like India at all. So in 83, 84, when we've gone to America, they have a very poor opinion about the Indians. Now you fast forward yourself to 94, 95, 96. There are some key people that did an image building exercise to make India on an international platform. So there was a lot of hard work that was done into it. That is probably one of the reasons why also the Rajiv Gandhi government, with the marriage he had, was to usher the country going forward. How it was turned around, what understanding, that's your problem, not mine. All that is okay from your point of view, except that manipulation, hypocrisy, deceit, stealing, lack of education, lack of skills, that is not okay. Okay, there you cannot get away with it. So one way or the other, all you must understand is, when it comes to Rohika Chagla Mistry, her ancestry contributed good. She was connected with law and order. When I've done a third party read about her, I've got that she's an advanced, high level soul. Later on, I got to know that she could have very well been a very good disciple in Shankar Mutt in the 8th century, 11th century, don't know, for Adi Shankaracharya. Okay, now when she has exited out of the body, as luck has it, what you did is, you got her to be CRISPR'd as ex-Mrs. Anita Advani, or then Anita Merchant. That house from 1985 to 2000 had lots of sadhana, lots of sadhak work, lots of sadhavi work. And that is why her husband, who is late Mr. Kiran Narottam Das Merchant, has been called a sant. And no, we're not talking about his shapeshifter post 2000 and post 2000, which is primarily shapeshifted for partly by the Fernandeses, and one of them connected with SL, PSL, all that shit. That's just garbage. और पक्का garbage ही है. तो वो जो garbage जो है, garbage ही है. Garbage actually is giving you an honor. तो तू garbage बराबर भी नहीं है. Let it be. तो क्या है, बॉडी से जब तू निकलेगा उस टाइम पे तू समझेगा 40 कल्पा नर्क पाताल कमाना क्या चीज होता है. And this time with my mouth, when you can understand my communication, I am giving you my oath. Till you don't pay your debts off, if it is 40 kalpas, out of which 30 kalpas is at Nark, 10 kalpas at Patal. First you don't finish your 30 kalpas at Nark, you will not move to Patal. At Patal, what is it, the existence that you get? What form you get to pay off Patal? वो देखते हैं उसके बाद. पर पहले 30 कल्पा जो तुमने कमाया है नर्क का, तो सिर्फ उसको चुकता करेगा. It is a very strong decision. Now, if Rohika Chagla Mistry's family was working, connected with law and order, she is an advanced soul. She has already moved into the afterlife. The miscreants know about it. So, her ancestry definitely sits at the lit realm of judges. On the other hand, if you think of Bezos, if he has already moved ahead, McKinsey is wife, Elon Musk, Atala Vitala, but not so bad either. My own ancestry is whatever it is, or whichever birth it is. They are 500 to 600, keeping a lot of people like this Rohika Chagla Mistry not part of that 500, 600. A culmination of whatever it is who have got audience of Shirdi Sai Baba. They know exactly what they're supposed to support and what they're supposed to thrash. Compared to them, you are a nobody. So you'll be brought to book, in my case, from that community also. So you really don't have a chance going forward. It is righteous, straightforward, clean acts vis-a-vis unrighteous, dishonest, evil acts. Half a lie is considered unrighteous and not welcome for your own well-being. You have done far worse than that. You understand it for what the hell it is. Don't bother. Nobody wants to hear you. Couldn't care less. Have been a witness of the thrash you represent in totality. So just keep it. 87 is ages ago. We're in 2025. So keep your trash where it belongs, out of my home, out of my orbit. You understood? Garbage. Keep it low. Garbage. Keep it low. Come on. Enough bullshit from you cheap, ugly people. Other than a heist, you don't know anything. Lies, deceit. You were called chess, but you are not even intelligent enough to play chess. That was for Cyrus Mystery to play. You made that football. Right? The human that you are trapping to grab from was the football and the fucking goal. Garbage. So to hell with you. Make sure fucks like you don't talk in my home. You spit-worthy energy. Pure shit. Understood? Tell me one thing. Rohika Chagla mystery is in her human body today? MC Chagla's, or whatever it is, whose grandfather worked in the Indian government. Is she in her human body today? Rohika Chagla Mistry, or Rohika Cyrus Mistry, whose ancestry has worked in the Indian government, that girl has left and gone into the afterlife. She's got many shapeshifters grabbing her wealth and grabbing her assets, using her position to mess around the world the way they do it. The replicas for Rohika Chagla Mystery are connected with the heist, connected with Aarti Nanthur and with Fernandez and with Katrina Kaif's duplicate. Katrina Kaif was CRISPR to become Koshi Gupta. She says against her will. She was stolen from. Her assets were stolen from. Katrina Kaif, the real Katrina Kaif, has moved to the afterlife. Today's Katrina Kaif are all people who have stolen, just plugged into different places to continue with the syndicate of criminal activity. So Katrina Kaif is in the afterlife, and so is Rohika Chagla Mistry or Rohika Cyrus Mistry. My sister JAYA.ADVANI, file name Cat, is Katrina Kaif. Is she the Katrina Kaif we're talking about? The naughty girl called JAYA.ADVANI, and who has done wrong, she has shapeshifted for Ritu Malia. File name Cat. JAYA.ADVANI, my younger sister who has gone to Fort Convent School with me. Did she shapeshift for Ritu Malia? Rather, Kailash Ingorani becoming Ritu Malia. Did she shapeshift for it? She's in the afterlife. My father Kani Advani is in the afterlife. Kanayalal Hukumat Rai Gurmukh Das Advani. Is he in the afterlife? These asses are calling me Benam all the time. I want them thrashed properly. I want to reconfirm. I over here, Jaya Kanayalal Hukumat Rai Gurmukh Das Advani, and also Jaya Annu Parpati Ramchand Sadrangani sitting over here. Mr. Ramchand and Parpati Sadrangani have gone into the afterlife. They are my grandparents, Nana Nani. Mr. Hukumat Rai Advani and Kalavati Hukumat Rai Advani are my grandparents, Dada Dadi. Kani, who is Kanayalal Hukumat Rai Advani, is my father. Annu Sadrangani, Annu Ramchand Parpati Sadrangani is my mother. I tell these people not to keep doing nonsense in my home all the time. Irritants. I want to ask Rohika Chagla Mistry or then my file name Cat Baby. Varisha or Rohika, whichever one wants to answer, I don't mind. But Rohika, you are connected with the law and order, right? Also governance. Very good. So I just want to know, you say you were stolen from? Yeah, they stole from you. You told me yesterday off camera that they stole far more from me than they stole from you. Is that how it is documented in the Akashic skies in the afterlife? The amount that they stole from me as a cumulative is my punya going forward. It will translate as good karmic currency at my end. Was it weaponized to trap them to a place? Like how you keep a rat trap and then the rat gets trapped. Was that how my wealth, which you say was stolen in far more quantity than what was stolen from you, was that wealth of mine weaponized to trap them now long term, whether 40 to 70 kalpas nark and patal? Is that how it happened? Is that why it was allowed? Is it 40% of the world population that is being discussed at the moment? Did I know I had that kind of wealth? Was I aware of my wealth being stolen? The ones who did the manipulation, hypocrisy, stealing, they did it by free will. They knew exactly what they were doing. They intercepted communication and placed replicas in my place and sent yucky DNA to be me to grab stuff that was not theirs. Is that how it happened? Did they do this on the behalf of Rohika Chagla Mistry? Did they do this on the behalf of Jaya Kanayalal Hukumat Rai Gurmukh Das Advani too? At least brought up that way. Is Jaya Kanayalal Hukumat Rai Gurmukh Das Advani or then Jaya Annu Parpati Ramchand Sadrangani holding the pendulum over here? You're saying the holder of the pendulum called Jaya Kanayalal Hukumat Rai Gurmukh Das Advani or Jaya Annu Parpati Ramchand Sadrangani, holder of this pendulum, blue string, turquoise blue with a diamond ring on it, as the pendulum, was stolen from far more than Rohika Chagla Mistry and was done on purpose. So my wealth was primarily a rat trap. It was weaponized to be the rat trap going forward. Rather, it has already done the job of trapping the Fernandeses who have spread themselves around the world and their entire entourage of bullshit. They are the ones we needed to trap, the who's who in all positions, whether today's CEOs in corporates or whether the PMs and the presidents in some governments, an entire criminal network. Are we talking about that? Are they the ones who have been trapped on the back of it? They're joining the 40% along with their fan following in the lower realms of Nark Patal, most of them. Z is involved. Is Z going to exit out of the body, or even if he has exited out of the body, the guy from China, that Chinese chap, supposed governance, is he going to the higher realms when he exits out of the body? Is he going to the higher realms when he exits out of the body? Z also has earned something like Nark Patal going forward. This guy is playing the flute like he thinks he's Krishna. He's celebrating stealing. So the one who's celebrating stealing and the one who stole from me, they're going to Nark Patal. The ones who stole from me knowingly are going to Nark Patal for how many kalpas? 65 kalpas? 70 kalpas? The one who is the mastermind of stealing from the holder of this pendulum, you say far more than what was stolen from Rohika Chagla Mistri. So the one who planned and did the stealing, you know who that person is. That person gets how many kalpas of Nark and Patal? Does that person go higher than Nark and Patal once the person leaves out of the body? Is the ceiling Patal? Is the ceiling Nark only? The one who planned the stealing and then did the stealing, that person is only going to go to Nark. Nark is the ceiling. Are you saying once in Nark there is no return from there? That's the final existence and the only existence going forward for that person or that bunch of people who have stolen from the holder of this pendulum, and you say it is far more than what it is they stole from Rohika Chagla Mistri or Rohika Cyrus Mistri. Is it true? They stole far more from me than they stole from Rohika Cyrus Mistri. Is it true? So the ones who planned it and the ones who did the act have got only Nark now for eternity going forward. That's the only existence they're going to live. Their workers called the Fernandis. They're the ones 40 kalpas and 26 kalpas and 44 kalpas and 16 kalpas Nark and Patal. Their workers have got Nark and Patal. But the ones who planned it have got only Nark as the only existence that they're going to live. Is it? Will they ever be seen on earth ever again after this? So primarily you're saying my wealth, which these people thought they're damn smart. The idiot was playing the flute thinking he's Krishna. Would Krishna, Lord Krishna, have ever done such a ghastly, useless act ever? Does Lord Vishnu even support such acts? Does Shani support such acts? Is it by dint of Shani, Shiv and Vishnu that this was allowed to happen, to trap these people? Have I lost any of my wealth at a spirit realm or then in the future births? Has it actually got me to fall or then lose anything? On the back of it, have I actually earned much more than what I have lost? During this one lifetime, have I earned much more? All good, prosperity and good, and goodwill also, at least in the higher realms. Have I earned much more than what I lost in this one lifetime? And is it a really good job done of trapping and placing the rat trap and trapping whoever needed to be trapped, never to be seen on earth ever again? Is that why this happened the way it happened? Okay. Do you want me to continue the Scrabble throw? You still have something to say? Okay. Okay, so I don't know what she wants. Now, gurus can be all kinds. I don't know what kind of a guru is being spoken about. Did this woman shapeshift for Amritanandamayi Mata's ashram also? Amritanandamayi Mata was very, very sure she is not going to live more than 46 years of age. 46, 47 max. She has spoken it at the time when Ankur Patodia issue had to be taken to her to ask her that this is the problem. My mother came back and said, she's saying don't go ahead with it because if the boy is suffering from depression, manic depression, bipolarism, it will not work at all. Ask her to break up. So I broke up. So around that time only I have heard that Amma says she's not going to live more than 46 years of age or 47 years of age. Or a little earlier than that actually, but I didn't pay attention to it because I got too much of my own things to deal with. This is not the real JAYA.ADVANI trance. It may be somebody from the shape-shifting lot who has also, anybody connected with shape-shifting lot are connected with Easters like this and that. Not Easter, the ones who have done the shape-shifting with the idea of scamming, grabbing things that are not theirs. So this one is connected in the shape-shifting group of people connected with these people, standing in for this dead man. This woman could have shape-shifted for me also and could have shape-shifted for some guru, woman guru also. She ended up shape-shifting in Elon Musk camp and got grabbed for something good. But she is not me. I am the original Jaya.ADVANI, who has been stolen from far more than Rohika Cyrus Mistry. Simply because, as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, whoever asks us to sign blue, plain sheets of paper, simply because, and you know the best part about the blue color is it's lighter than this. Now, if my father's sitting at the dining table and says you need to sign these papers, we sign it. We're still only 12, 13, 14 years old. What do you want me to do? You knew exactly what you were doing. You knew fucking exactly what you were doing. So just fuck it. I think the answer of letting the wealth be a weapon which traps you now, you will not ever be seen on earth ever again. And your existence is one to be lived in the realm which is even lower than Patal. It is the worstest that you can ever get. There are 14 realms that normal people earn. You have earned far lower than that. To all the best to you, it was well worth it. Go to hell. Go to hell. You deserve it. Maybe they tricked her using EEE. There's one cheap version of Varsha who keeps talking about being a trickster and doing underhanded activity. The best part about underhanded activity, the last time somebody spoke about underhanded activity with the face of JAYA.ADVANI was 1996, 97, 98. After such a long break, that Ireland 7-part episodes on Netflix that I watched yesterday, some of it, for the first time after such a long time, we saw the word underhanded over there. We haven't come across that word all this while till today. And yesterday, for the first time, connected with that Ireland thing, the setting is in Ireland. The word underhanded was used. So there is some kind of an overplay and foul play, huge amount of foul play is what I believe. And it is by the same lot, it is going back to these people only. Useless as shit. Useless. Where they'll end up in a shithole. They have the curse of the who's who. You have the curse of the who's who. And those curses matter because those people are not like you from bloody sewages. Those people are from the higher lit realms. It's an entire consortium. They sit as judges. They have their gurus. The gurus have the Trinity. It functions with a very proper process. Nothing like the crap on earth today. And the crap that you are constituting the crap on earth today. Okay, so anyway, Rocky Fernandez, Tony Fernandez, SL, who have shapeshifted for Elon Musk, tricked Anu and JA. I'm the ox, my father also is an ox, but tricked them and the guru, or the gurus that we went to. In this case, it is Satya Sai Baba and Amritanandamayi Mata. The word trick is actually an understatement. So what I have been saying 100 times about the shootout attempt at Puttaparthi grounds, Gayatri has helped build that ashram when Amritanandamayi Mata was a very high yogi but born in a very impoverished fisherman's family. Everyone who has gone to Amma would have read what her background is, would have read how that ashram got built. Gayatri is somebody who has literally been at her side and helped build that ashram. Suddenly, how did Gayatri go and have something to say against Amritanandamayi Mata, very much in conjunction with the allegations that were being thrown at Satya Sai Baba, at Satya Sai Baba's ashram in the same timeline? How did that happen? You're talking about pedophilia, you're talking about molestation, you're talking about sexual crimes, you are talking about a LGBT issue. How do you do the same thing? How come no one caught it? How come no one went against it? How come no one spoke against it? So is that what we're talking about? Because my mum, I told you, Satya Sai Baba's ashram, I have gone with her at age 2 to Whitefield. Her cousins are the ones who were going to Satya Sai Baba even earlier because they're residents of Bangalore at a time when my mother was still in college. So she used to come to Bangalore, and that is during her college and school days. But she's born in 46, 47. So you're saying this bunch tricked the gurus, tricked Anu and tricked JAYA.ADVANI? But as I just mentioned on the pendulum, you can't trick anyone unless it is not a weapon to be weaponized to actually trap you, and not to trick you but to trap you while you think you are doing dishonorable acts of tricking people. Because only manipulative, deceitful, unrighteous, evil people do the act of tricking, grabbing, hypocrisy, manipulation, taking things and possessions that are not theirs. These guys are very toxic. If they are going to help you develop the world, they are taking you to Nark. They are chokra boys for who runs them. These chokra boys, RFTF SL, shapeshifters for EM, and then the recruiters of the so-called ER, replacement of good doctors, ethical, moralistic doctors who get placed in hospitals like Alisha. Stealth mode done away with. The plan is already in making. They are watching who is graduating who is replaceable from where in the world with the same qualifications. Get rid of the original, bring in the unethical replica. The unethical replica, if they are picked up from poverty ridden areas, dearth related areas, then they are not going to open their mouth, they will keep quiet and give the agenda. Also, if it is from the Middle East, then they can be fed some hogwash about how they are doing good God's work and how they should, in the name of God. It's a different kind of a terrorism. Blasting one building in India or 5 buildings in India, killing 10,000 people is not as much damage as putting infiltrators, replicas with lack of ethics, immoral face replicas into the place of the originals who were stealth mode done away with. On the back of it, you will destroy the structures of India, the culture of India, the judiciary of India, the very constitution of India. And that's what these guys have been doing ever since 2000. The Indian army, whatever is left of it, should have understood this at the very beginning. Why didn't you? They want you to give up your religion to become atheists and satanic worshippers, because REM, the only song which you know is Losing My Religion. So if you lose your religion, what are you going to turn to? Atheism, and that slowly turns into satanic worship. You want to be toxic to me, you want to steal from me, you want to insult me because you want me to turn against God. That's not going to happen. I view you as the most foolish. So in fact, the more you do, the more closer I get to God. The more He supports me, and the more He becomes me and I become Him. That's Advaitism. Same time, whatever wrong, evil you have done as a collective is the rat trap that traps you. The manner in which it was already established. So what you want? In fact, you made it the easiest way of getting rid of you. You are your own sword. And that horse kicking that you get, you put upon yourself, standing in the way of the horse so he can trample all over you, she can trample all over you. Jaina is a girl who was working in Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's marketing department here in Bangalore. So maybe they're doing this with her too and doing that at Sri Sri. So they have put something in my, fitted something in my stomach. I told you that's what they do, viewing the abdomen and getting very happy on whatever's in the intestine. These are the Europeans and the rot abroad that is very interested in looking at other people's stomachs and guts. This Jane could be maybe TOI, could be somebody else, don't know. They could have done this to RC also. They could have done this to many people. They could have done this to her. They could have done this to him. You just have to have money. That's it. These people can't stand that. I told you SL had a chip on his shoulder. It was a giveaway about him not being from my background and being from a background I couldn't understand. The energy was completely off. That's when I took a decision. This marriage is not a proper one. These people, I didn't think that somebody can actually shapeshift in a marriage, or that can be a sham set by some very toxic, ugly beings on purpose. I never thought that somebody is that ugly. It's good that it has come out in the read what they did, so that we are absolutely convinced that we did the right activity getting out of that situation pronto, before the cancer spread beyond repair. Tuesday is me. I don't know how IR works. Jane Jr., not sure who it is. I'm just telling the miscreants who have done the stealing and knew that they were stealing. If you built an economy on the back of stolen wealth, that is one unit stolen by you, you have to give back now a zillion times back. As loans taken, advances taken, stolen wealth, hypocrisy, manipulation, deceit, poor ethics, unrighteous acts, evil-mindedness, cloaked in everything good. So you're going to narc to stay there for eternity. You're not going to be allowed out. No justification from you is okay. The spirit realm laws supersede everything that you have justified on the back of the most heinous crimes ever. The one who is connected with Elon's camp is straight out of GT Hospital or that network from Bombay, Crawford Market. Shape-shifting in my place, stolen stuff from amongst that network only. Over there, the constables of the police live. They got their quarters over there. That's a government hospital. That's connected to Muhammad Ali Road and to VT. From there goes the harbour line all the way to Panvel and Penn, passing through Ray Road and Cotton Green to come to this area via VT. Do you walk via Azad Maidan police station, or then Azad Maidan, where I was shown NM sleeping over there on the street, where the garbage can over there is of cement and bricks. So that must be during the 70s and the 80s. The blue uniform constable, shorts and the blue with the belt, with the dandi in his hand, stick. He has a dog also. The dog, the constable with the stick, cross the road and go beating the ground around that version of NM who is sleeping outside Azad Maidan, opposite Azad Maidan police station, where cars aren't so much on the road, was shown to me. So that must be something in the 80s. This guy used to sleep over there under cover on the footpath, and the constable used to beat the stick on the pavement, telling him get up and just don't dirty the place. In those days, why that identity is gone on to NM, I have no idea. But one of the shapeshifters may be just that person connected with these people. As I said today, who's sitting at your table is anybody's guess. तुमको अद्वैत बोलना है, फाइन है, विष्णु का काम है। अद्वैत किस तरीके से अद्वैत है ना होना है, सुप्रीम बीइंग का काम जो है वो कैसे करते हैं, विष्णु का काम क्या है, स्पिरिट रेल्म के जो रूल्स रेगुलेशंस है वो क्या है, वो उसका काम करेगा, तू तेरा काम कर। तेरा जो जन्म है तुमको विष्णु के घर से ही मिला है कि नहीं? तुमने जो कर्म किया है उसका रिवॉर्ड तुमको मिला है, वो तू सोचता है ना गलत है, तू उससे बड़ा तो कर, वो इट्स ओके, व्हाट डिफरेंस? फाइनल डिसीजन एनी विच वेज यू कैन टेक. You can only do your acts as much as your intellect and your evolution of spirituality is to whichever level. Not to mention your bank balance, karmic bank balance. करते जाओ, इट्स ओके. लेकिन जो होने को है पहले ही तुमको वार्निंग दे दिया है. I have already given you for your welfare pre-warning of what you have actually earned. So you are well prepared. Playing dumb fuck sounds in my body is you being a dumb fuck. Don't do that. बेवकूफ़ है. So anyway, this guy or whoever this is connected with maybe EM's camp. He's got GT hospital, don't know which level. There's plenty of 420 business, stealing galore, a desperation to change and mix DNA, thinking that changing DNA is going to be changing ancestral lines. They are desperate to cut into better ancestral lines and plug in and mix up the Atmas with the idea of messing around with ancestral lines. If the Jains are okay with it, you're from Times of India, then so be it. Go ahead. No one wants to stop you. It's a free world, free will. You do what you think is okay. Don't dump it on people who don't want to partake in it. That's where you go wrong. Alright? Hope I am very clear in what I have said. And then the outcomes are for you to grab and take, and you don't shove it, you don't shovel it, you don't shirk it. You take it on the chin and you move on. बो रॉकी जीटी तुम. Rocky Fernandez, Tony Fernandez, SLR, J Gut GM, INR Rocky Bo X. Maybe this is the useless noise factor in my home coming from these illiterates at India, connected with my gut, connected with these losers. This is another ass. Total garbage. This is the idiot who sings and talks a lot of shit. You are a knocker. You are a knocker ka byproduct. Descendant at my home. Nothing wrong. But when you have been a knocker and a domestic help at my home, or you come from a descendancy of domestic help on a salary at my home, you playing the freaking ox, cheap as shit, at your employee's granddaughter daughter's house. You unethical crap. And the bacteria in that pig crap is how you get netted. With no shame. Evil, uneducated, ugly atmas that you are. You understood? Garbage that you and you are. अब तुम नरक जाओ. वहां से तू निकलेगा नहीं. At no cost. And again let me repeat. और जो गटर के slums में तू पैदा हुआ है, those gutter shit slums where you were born in Bandra East, Fernandez, far worse than that on earth today, is a king's paradise compared to where you fucks now are going to exist in what kind of situations going forward. अठनी चवनी के लिए बेवकूफ तुमने करोड़ों का नुकसान किया है. वो भोज तू बेवकूफ तुम ही उठाएगा. Nobody else. Explain it to those who have run you. तुमसे गलत कर्म करे वो पीएम क्यों ना होवे. He's joining you in the shithole called Nark. Worldwide, whoever has given with it. Evilness, cheapness, deceit, manipulation, stealing has its own place, no matter how you package it. Explain it to those who ran you and ask them to watch what is being told to them and then to you chokras, kamwalas. When your ancestors have worked in our home, they were earning an honest salary. Nobody spoiled their karma. But those you helped steal from me, the garbage you have supported, they have drowned any which ways, they have drowned you also. All the best to you in the future. Nobody from the upper realms, no business person, nobody with the ability to make money will ever support you in the future. Neither you nor those fucks who ran you. Make sure they understand it. Or jo koi bhi hai, they bloody well understand it. ठीक से समझो क्या बोल गया है. Understand it. Understood? Garbage. BMC, ये बताओ. Another big miscreant. BMC is responsible for clearing out and cleaning out the garbage where NM was sleeping in the olden days. क्या याद है 70s के अंदर सिविल कोर्ट के ऑपोजिट ने तो वो जहाँ पे ड्रिंक्स मिलता है गन्ने का जूस वड़ा पाव ऑन द साइड ऑफ आज़ाद मैदान द मैदान वहाँ पे एक कचरा डब्बा मे बी देयर वॉज इट वॉज बिल्ट ऑफ स्टोन एंड सीमेंट वॉज देयर एवर समथिंग लाइक दैट ओवर देयर इन द ओल्डन डेज तो वहाँ से 5 फीट दूर पे एनएम का एक शेप शिफ्टर वहाँ पे कंबल के नीचे रास्ते पे फुटपाथ पे सोता था and the constable when they used to wear the blue shorts and the blue shirt button down shirt with the belt the old police uniform I saw somebody like this hitting the pavement to wake him up and ask him to get up and to leave but he used to always come back and sleep over there only. I don't know if RNL has moved to one of the shapeshifters in SKF is from the BMC. I told you that before also. I told you people who were, what is Bombay Municipal Corporation? What's your best reputation? Clean Bombay, Green Bombay, Nana Chaudhasama time onwards. A huge drive educating the citizens not to throw garbage or they will be penalized. And a huge drive to clear out the garbage which would otherwise be on the Bombay streets seen everywhere because people are not educated. Just open the wrapper, throw it on the ground, eat the food at the stores or whatever, at say like a bachelor's juice center or Channawala or whatever it is, finish eating, throw it over there only. Very common practice in the 70s. Then there was a huge Clean Bombay, Green Bombay drive, educating the citizens, you do this, you will be charged. Then ensuring that there is a place where you throw the garbage and then ensuring that money is spent, that whole of Bombay is cleared out of this kind of a mess. So BMC is most known for it, right? So there is somebody who was doing the cleaning of the garbage in the morning, who has gone and I think joined the film industry. One or two of them. One also not, do hai. Two that I think I recognize. If you ask me who are they, I can tell you also who they are. But they are not trustworthy. Maybe you threw them out of the BMC because they were not trustworthy. They found something else to do. But that is again going into lots of manipulation, deceit, criminal network kind of existence. With them, how many more they have recruited, I have no idea. He is supposed to have been put into jail or been put into an existence which was like a jail, house arrest or something of that. They also took his brain, sold it to some ER for I don't know what. He's a very elderly gentleman. born into a decent family. So it is people like this who have been done deals on. Trimona is from Florida. She's to know more apparently. These kind of people have grabbed their assets all over. These are the kinds who have been shape-shifting. Just grabbing things left, right, center, calling it what? Bridging the gap of financial inequality. That's not the way you do it. I am very serious about whatever I have told you about your journey going forward. The worstest slums on earth today equates to a king's paradise compared to your existence going forward, wherever you have rightfully earned it. It is a pure hell shithole. तुमने अभी तक उसका सोचा भी नहीं है कि कितना बैड है. यू हैव नो कॉन्सेप्ट. लेकिन कमाई तुमने किया है, तुमको वो निभाना ही पड़ेगा. Not by free will, but according to the universal laws, according to what you have earned at an atomic level. You're another one of the shapeshifters. One of the shapeshifters for Narendra Damodar Das Modi is somebody connected with the BMC. He may not have worked in the BMC, but the BMC's people, the workers in the morning, have to clear out the garbage cans all around the city. So the prime thing that stood out in that deep state dream that you sent, one version of NM was sleeping on the footpath. 5 feet away is the old style garbage, bricks and cement. Which perhaps in those days, don't know what the frequency of clearing it out was, can't remember, but that must be the guy. There is a connect between this situation and that who is working in SKF, and the nonsense spoken on the AUX has got to do with audio. Talking loud in my ear via the audio, not heard or recorded on the camera. The miscreants have been mentioned over here. And then Florida belongs to, not the entire Florida, but if you're talking about Boca Raton, then that is Trimona, who's now late Trimona. It is her asset. But if you've gotten rid of her, then you have put who in her place? Whoever's Trimona today is a shapeshifter who has stolen asset. That person is J. That woman has done lots of east everywhere, whether in Europe, whether in Spain, whether in France, whether in India. Now it is their gang only that is sitting in the American White House and in Elon Musk camp, thinking they are damn smart. But a rat trap is a rat trap. The rat doesn't know he's been trapped. Otherwise the rat would never come to eat the cheese in the trap. Your position is equivalent to the rat. The trap was decided upon before all of us even entered as Atmas, souls, into our current forms in this one lifetime. This should be me. RL is a stand-in for RNL, I believe, if he's still around. Connected with the ER bullshit. You useless crap, man. So you're done for. Oh, why are we saying RL? ये रॉकी फर्नांडिस है, चोर है ये, और इसका जो भाई है ये, they are as good as gone. Everybody supportive of this chap and that version of Anita who has earned 65 kalpas not patal, and this NM. Everybody connected with these people. The worstest slums on earth today is a king's paradise compared to now what your existence for eternity once you get out of this body is going to be. सच्चाई है, तुमने कमाई किया है. बेशर्मी का एक हद होता है, तूने उसको तो बहुत पहले पार किया है. Okay, I think I'm going to close this over here. Let's just time it. What's the time? I don't want your doting. I want you to get out. All right? I don't want people sitting talking shit on that pedestal fan, on that table fan, which is inappropriate. You stink. All right? You stink. And I want no bullshit. I want no talk about Rocky, mate, all that. I'm nobody of yours. I am your employer's granddaughter, employer's daughter. You've been the worstest employees who should not ever have been given a place in homes like ours, not even if you desperately needed a salary. You should never have been hired. Know your place and don't overstep it. We're closing this at 13:47, 23rd of July 2025. Okay? You say what? Daughter, wait, fate. Your fate is so broken. Nothing can pull you out of it now going forward. Those who ran you and you bloody fools. So keep the bullshit to the minimum at my home. Understood, you unholy, unethical, immoralistic, ugly beings. So we close it at this. Plenty of he's done, and plenty of people who are in positions who know exactly how shittily, unethically, crappily they played it. The desperation with which they played it. Useless shit. Go to hell.